All right, as we wrap up, let's take a look at what we should be expecting in this coming week. In the news this week, of course, top on our agenda is the eye on coronavirus and the updates in the country, in the continent and globally. So remember, President Uhuru Kenyatta issued an executive order forming a national emergency response committee. They gave their first press briefing today, and they will be setting up emergency centers in all the 47 counties in the country. The committee is expected to send 10 million Kenya shillings to support Kenyans, especially Kenyan students who were stuck in Wuhan, according to that update that they gave today. So we'll be looking at to see whether this indeed will happen this week. Remember, also President Uhuru Kenyatta had ordered for the National Isolation and Treatment Facility at Mbagathi Hospital to be completed and ready to receive patients within 7 days. This ideally brings it to Friday, so we'll be seeing whether indeed we'll be opening that National Isolation Emergency Center at the Mbagathi Hospital this week. Also, there was an order to enhance surveillance expected to spread to other focal points in the country, and not just airports, all other entry points in the country, as announced today by the CS Health Mutahi Kagwe. And the first case of the coronavirus COVID-19 in sub-Saharan Africa was confirmed in Nigeria, an Italian man who works there. So that is the latest and some of the things we'll be looking at with the coronavirus this week. The Nairobi leadership crisis. Saturday, President Uhuru Kenyatta met with Nairobi MCAs from all parties at State House, Nairobi. Out of 122 MCAs, 115 of them attended this particular meeting with the president. And the MCAs were prevailed upon to drop the impeachment motion against Nairobi Governor Mike Mbuvi Sonko. Well, the mover of that particular motion, that is the the minority whip, Peter Imotok, insists that he will carry on with the impeachment motion because it was a private motion and not for every other MCA, so to speak. So this then brings about a divide between or among the MCAs at the Nairobi County Assembly on whether or not to impeach Governor Mike Mbuvi Sonko. Just this past week, Anti-Corruption Court dismissed Governor Sonko's application to stop his prosecution in the 357 million corruption case. So we'll be keeping an eye on not just that case, but also that impeachment motion that Peter Imotok Makongeni MCA insists will go on even after President Uhuru Kenyatta, of course, tried to prevail upon the MCAs to drop this that in what was termed as best interest for the people of Nairobi County. Well, the Teacher Service Commission is expected to start fresh teachers registration this coming week, and the pilot phase of the biometric registration is expected to be done between May 11th and 15th across 7 counties. And this identification and data collection from the teachers shall be done at the zonal level, being the smallest center of data collection at the schools. So TSC is expected to hold an education stakeholders meeting at the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development this week on Thursday to present a concept note for public participation and, of course, just general involvement for all stakeholders in this particular exercise. The roadmap indicates that incorporation of the stakeholders' views will be done between March 9th and 13th, 2020. So this is something we'll be keeping an eye on as TSC seeks to weed out teachers earning salaries without proper documentation and those who irregularly acquired the TSC registration number. So that exercise will be top on our list on stories we'll be looking at this week. And on the BBI watch, remember the BBI steering committee will continue with the validation hearings from various groups in the country. The rallies that of course we saw this weekend, they were in Meru for the large Mount Kenya region. And the rallies come amidst claims that politicians have hijacked this entire process. In fact, clerics warned politicians against using the BBI to polarize the country even further. And the BBI rally next heads to Nakuru County Saturday, which is the 6th of March. The weatherman has given his forecast for March 2020, and he says, prepare yourselves for heavy rain starting tonight from Nairobi and other parts of the country. Heavy rains expected starting tonight and throughout the week in Kitale, Kisumu, Nakuru, Meru, Nyeri, Nairobi, Narok, Makindu, Kitui, Voi and Kisii counties. And of course, the March 2020 forecast indicates that near average, tending to above average rainfall is expected over western, northeastern, central and coastal regions, as well as other parts of southeast lowlands. The weatherman also says the onset of the March to May 2020 long rain seasonal rainfall expected to begin early over most parts of the country, and especially over the eastern and southern regions. So then, of course, they say, just prepare yourself with the necessary gear, gumboots, raincoats, umbrellas. If you live in the city, leave a bit earlier because you will be anticipating traffic starting tomorrow. As they say, the rains will begin tonight. This are some of the things we are following up on for you this week. Another big story is keep it KTN News as always. Thank you for joining us tonight here on Checkpoint. My name is Akisa Wandera. Our sign language interpreter is Damien Evans. Have a good night. I'll see you